A is for attention span, low. B is for boredom, easily achieved. C, company, but a yearly trip away with friends. D, disease-modifying drugs, helpful but not perfect. E, energy levels, vary from day to day. F, fun times, something to look forward to. G, goals, something else to achieve. H, holidays, trying a special trip away each year. I, influence, easily influenced, but learning all the time. J, jovial, pain disguising technique. K, kilos, between COVID, winter, lack of exercise, kilos have been added to my delicate frame. L, life, short or shorter, enjoy it while you can. M, mood, weather affected, medication affected, lack motivation. N, noise levels, too high or too low, dogs barking, etc. Can you imagine living here? O, origins of illness hard to detect. P, pain, a daily experience I do not want or need. Q, quirky personality, love me or hate me. R, rest, daily rest needed to boost low energy levels or after doing something for too long. S, silence, it's true, it's golden, it's special. T, time, distance divided by speed, or needed to relax, to recharge, it's precious. U, under the weather, mainly winter months. V, vacations, somewhere hot, fairy, diet equals health improvement. W, weather, need a dry, warm, temperate climate. X, X-rays, a regular occurrence. Y, yourself, be yourself, no one else can be you. Z, zoology, everything in nature is worth exploring, life-dependent medical exploration for changes to occur.
I am a rose and I grow deep within. I seek and bring brightness in all that makes my light dim. My thorns are sharpened and spiked through my skin. To protect and guard off the pests, the fleas and the flies, to ward off those with evil intent and lies. And if a tear shall be shed, it won't be from the wounds I have bled, but to water my flower and never lose sight of my inner power.
My favourite colour is purple. It represents a transition from who I was to who I am. When I had my stroke, it ended the world as I knew it. I wasn't left-handed and all my hobbies, interests were all of a physical nature. Art has opened up a new world for me. It's been a difficult journey, which is never ending, but I'm getting there. There was so much to learn. I didn't know one colour from another before, and I had to figure out how to mix paints and use different techniques. One of my favourite pieces is a risograph, inspired by Japanese culture I love the Japanese tradition of honour, respect. Making the risograph was fascinating, layering up the images, cherry blossom, the rising sun, the word samurai. I found school difficult. I ended up leaving school at 12 to work on the Queensland Railways. I learned so much at that young age. Very scary at times, but I was trained in so many practical skills. Sometimes my artwork can be very intricate. I don't make life easy for myself. I'm scared to think where I would be today without art. I have had so much help from the art communities in Dundee. That, Art Angel, Headway. Art has allowed me to meet people, be part of something again. The future is unknown. It's a scary place, but art helps me through it.
It was suggested that I read a poem, The Door, by Miroslav Holub. It begins, "Go and open the door." What now follows is my response to this piece. If I share with you who I am, hold this new knowing. Be gentle. If you see who I am, this was our moment. Be faithful. If you feel who I am, I have trusted you. Be kind. If I share with you what I am, there is no need for interpretation. Our time together is fleeting. This side of me is yours. On the day of my diagnosis with MS, the 6th of October 2010, I went straight into flight or fight mode. I drove from Ninewells hospitals to work. A familiar place, maybe a place of safety. I felt detached, as though I was hovering over chaotic scenes. I was not engaged, more of a witness. So many questions were rattling around in my head. How long would I be able to work for? Would I need to reinvent myself? As a student, and then throughout my career as an academic, I studied and taught aspects of ocean science. The protection of marine space is something that has been and will always remain extremely important to me. My identity was so wrapped up in my vocation. When I had to leave work, one of the first things I did was to have tattoos inked on my arms and shoulders. I have always wanted to have it done. I chose a jellyfish. Jellyfish live entirely on instinct, via automatic reflexes. They don't have a central nervous system, no eyes, no brain, and no heart. They have to live on intuition, aided by a very basic set of nerves. They don't contract MS. Sometimes I wish I was a jellyfish. William Orchardson's painting, The Lyric, hanging at the McManus Gallery, portrays a young woman sitting at a piano. Her expression caught my attention. To me, she looks deflated, pleading, and wants the sitting to end. Literally, the lyric is an outpouring of a poet's thoughts. My own internal outpouring centres around what I can usefully do with the remainder of my life whilst drawing on the skills that I have picked up along the way. You never know when you may need to use a sextant, the first piece of equipment that I used as an undergraduate student. Significantly, it is used to help people find their way. The oil painting, London Street Scene, by Elizabeth Hill, is currently being shown in the Hidden Histories exhibition at the McManus. Elizabeth Hill from Broughty Ferry near Dundee lived with MS. It eventually stopped her from painting. In 1970, she painted a piece entitled In the Hyperbaric Chamber, Peddy Street, Dundee. I attend the same centre once a week for oxygen therapy and have done since 2012. It feels as though Elizabeth Hill was trying to make the most of a challenging set of circumstances. I know this feeling and feel a strong connection with her work. So, back to Holub's poem. Unmasked, I opened the door, and what did I see? Many fragments of my life and work just floating about in front of me.
I remember or smell. Remember, remember. I remember her smell. Remember, remember. I remember her smell of always, always, and always, and always. I remember her smile of always, always and always.
Steeple Church, little girl in pinny, not busy, unmade road, trees along the front and railings. Wide pavement, bus stop, no trees or railings, small walled glass area. Nethergate, 2 trolley buses with stairs outside and 2 horse-drawn carts with sacks with coal or food. Large hats, long dresses and coats on the ladies. Cobbles and tram lines, churches hidden by trees, double lamp with adverts on them. Taxi rank at church, no trees, yellow painted bus stop sign and glass fronted bus stop shelter. Block of flats and Primark shop in the distance, traffic restrictions. High Street, trolley bus outside the steps, very busy street, policeman on a white horse, Centre Street lamps. Cobbles, Centre Street lamps is still there. Round flower barrel, scaffolding of shops and flats on the right, its precinct. High Street, very busy, central pedestrian island, buses and cars, sunshades over shops. Fancy railings on the right and Desperate Dan just past the jewellers. H. Samuel Jewellers is now Chisholm Hunter, but the old clock is still there. Black bin in the foreground, precinct. City Square, busy square, shops on the left side with sunshades down to prevent the sun on the windows. There's an old van, central reservation. Cars drive right around the square and large lamp standards. Empty, flower boxes on the left and a Dundee map in the foreground. Malmaison, wooden car park at the front, not busy due to traffic restrictions. Busy place, horse and carts, hardly changed. Shades over shops, man pushing a barrel. Metal bollards in place. Modern, car park at the front, not busy due to traffic restrictions.
One day I'll share my story, the books stuck in my head. Each chapter is a memory, many left in there unread. Stuffed full of fun and adventure, a life of mischief, love and care. But the one stuck way up at the back is a history too difficult to share. The characters are multiple, heroes and villains all play their part, helping to shape the person I am, leaving footprints in my heart. But look at the books which are empty, blank chapters of my fate. Their pages crisp and unwritten, a new life and adventures await.
One, two, on the microphone. Bang, bang, crash, bang, bang. Thumbs up to the drummer from the sound desk. Now the guitars could play their ancient Chinese song tuning. Final thumbs up from the back of the pub. Have I got time for a wee or a smoke? I better check my suspenders and lipstick. Tiny mirror in the ladies. No idea what the ensemble looks like. Luckily, it usually goes over well. Where's my tiara and policeman's hat? Stashed next to the bass drum, ready to put on for the relevant song. The pub's crowded now and getting restless, waiting for the band to start. Set list is firmly anchored under the microphone stand. Tutu ribbon waistband firmly tied in a double knot, so no over-familiar punter can undo it and leave me just in my stockings. Better say hello to the audience and establish eye contact with the girlies who will get up and dance when we're playing. First song. How does it start? Luckily, I can read the first line off the drummer's crib sheet. The rest will fall into place once the guys play the intro. Muscle memory hasn't let me down yet. Not like now that I can't walk properly, let alone dance or do my armography. The dancing girls get up and join in, so there's the whole place pretending to be Pan's people dancing along with me. Now I really am on the telly. 15-1 and countdown. What an experience in hair and makeup, travel and hotel, all paid for. 15-1 was won in the green room, psyching out the other contestants, trying to play it daft so that they would nominate me. Too bad, suckers, I nominate you back. And I put 6 people out, so hooray, I'm in the last 3 for today's final. Nerve-wracking, and Sandy gives me the giggles, saving me with a stern look just in time. Amazingly, I won, and I'm in the grand final. 40,000 will do nicely, please. The guy who did win it donated all the 40,000 to the stroke unit, which helped him recover.
This part of my hidden history is a small silver-plated cup trophy. It has the Butlin Cup printed on the base. I won it in a children's talent competition at Butlin's when I was about 5 years old. There's also a photo of me holding it. We had a family holiday at Butlin's in Ayr that year rather than with my grandparents in Ardrossan because my grandfather was ill. I was interested in music from a very early age and loved playing records. One of my earliest memories is of being inconsolable because I was not allowed to play my nursery rhyme record anymore. I'd taken it into the sand pit. We had a few 78 RPM records of Harry Lauder, and I sang one of his comic songs for the competition. That's the reason why I wear the kilt. My parents thought I was quite good at this, and the judges must have agreed. The next item is a small herd of wooden elephants. I was given one as a gift while at university, and later decided to collect them. Before I moved up from Dumfriesshire, I'd amassed 13 of them, ranging in size from 2 centimetres to 20 centimetres. I like them because they're quirky and fun. Call me the Elephant Man. The next item is a computer. I became interested in computers at university and built my first one from a kit. Not a ZX81, but a UK 101 with a real keyboard. I bought a BBC Micro when they first came out and upgraded it myself. I used it for word processing, games, on tape to start with, and music. The music use became quite sophisticated as I had a program to write scores, a hardware synthesizer, and a sequencer program to run it. My final item is a play script. My first appearance on stage was at about 5. I had one line. "Mama, Mama, I don't want to paddle." It was a one-act Agatha Christie mystery set on a beach. I had to build a sandcastle every night, which hid the stolen jewels. My parents were both founders members of the Arbroath Abbey Theatre, as well as being involved with the Abbey Pageant Society and the Opera Society. So I was backstage at the Webster Theatre as well, from when I was young. I played an English guard in the Abbey pageant as a teenager, making the man playing William Wallace seem even bigger. About that time I became interested in theatre lighting and sound, and latterly I mostly did that, particularly when I was working in Lockerbie. Now I'm at the bus stop, I'm going to Dundee, to the McManus. And when I get there, I'll have lunch and some tea at the McManus. And then I'll be writing, I don't know quite what, about me or another. I don't mind a jot, provided it's not for a babe in a cot at the McManus.